Welcome back to the table. So I'm deciding that I will spend one of my special option points that brings me down to 3. I have to fix my engine on my Warthog. Look, I know that it's a very low chance that your engine's going to crash. You have to roll a 2 or less. But with my luck, I'll roll a 2 or less during that time. Um, I have the 2 bullet holes. I have the cannon damage. I have the structure damage. Everything else has to remain on the Warthog. So I have no choice but to take my Warthog pilot with 6 stress. I'm going to have to rest him. Now, the problem is he doesn't recover any stress because of this card. The forward base here needs to, he's preventing us from getting no-fly stress. So I got to take out the forward base in order to allow this Thunderbolt pilot to recover. And then to make matters worse, the Thunderbolt pilot I am going to use is awful. It's Gumby. And the reason he's awful is because I demoted him to newbie in order to have a higher ranking, like a veteran Thunderbolt pilot. So I got to send my newbie guy out with my my Thunderbolt, and so it's an issue. Is really the thing I'm trying to get at, and so that forward base needs to be one of my targets. So I have no problem with that. We can go after the forward base. And I decided that this headquarters, I really do want to go after it. But I also believe I'm going to need my Thunderbolt and all of the munitions that he carries to take out these targets. I mean, these are just an insane amount of targets. And it's only 4 victory points, this particular guy. I'm absolutely shocked that this thing is only 4 victory points. Just the number of units that are going to be on the ground. 2, 4, plus 8 is 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 units. 22 actual tokens of units. Actually, this is where the Mark 20s are going to... Yeah, so you need your Warthog to take out this headquarters. And then, of course, you need some building busters. Which, also might... Yeah. But I do think it's the right move, is to take out that headquarters. Because if I can subtract 2 more from all those assault battalions, I run a real good chance that they're at least going to hold or move backwards. That's my issue. I need to... but that's now... I'm going to do a mission where I'm going deep into enemy lines, and then I still need to somehow take out this forward base, and I don't know how to do that either. That's going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12... Now, if I damage the forward base, if I just get it to damage, then what happens is this key, the text doesn't apply. So I don't need to destroy this battalion. I just need to damage it. So that's something that maybe I need to factor in. Is that my goal is just to damage this battalion. I don't need to win. But the headquarters I need to destroy, and because by destroying, that gives me all the perks and bonuses that I just talked about. Now, the convoy and all these other ones are also helpful. You can only do so many things at once, right? It's just that kind of feeling when you play this game. So I'm looking at like the stress level of my pilots. My F-16 guy, the good one, is sitting on 5 stress right now. So he could still do another mission, and even though that mission is going to add 3 more stress. So yeah, we have some real dilemmas here. Whew. So who do I send after the forward base, and what's the chances that I'm going to win if I do? Well, I can send my Apaches. I could send, like the Black Hawk. I was planning on maybe sending the Iroquois, because you could send your transport helicopters on transport missions and then earn SO points. and you earn 1 SO points for every 5 transport that you use. I think it's 5. Pretty sure. I can look it up. But um, so if I send both of my helicopters, my transport helicopters, on a transport mission, I actually earn 2 SO points for doing that. Now that means though that I'm not using them to attack, and that's the dilemma. So we can earn some SO points, but we're not able to add them to the mission. And what I was thinking then is maybe sending them on the mission against that forward base, and see how many of those. Let's see if we can at least get the forward base to half damage, so that way we could do some stress recovery. The problem is now I'm not earning SO points, which getting 2 SO points would be pretty darn nice at this point. Let's see, it's 1 SO point for, yes, every 5 points of transport. Now, when you play the Afghanistan one, you got that big, there's that big whirlybird looking one. I can't remember what they called it, the Osprey. That's what it was. That guy has a transport value of 10. So you send him off on these transport missions, and you're getting 2 SO points every turn. It's super sweet, but obviously the Osprey doesn't exist in 1986. So if we don't, like, this headquarters here has so many units that I can't just send my F-16 and my Warthog there and hope to do anything. It's just not going to work. I have to send both of my Apaches with them, and even then I'm not sure it's going to work. And I actually thought about this a lot in between videos. I promise you I did. I'm just still hemming and hawing over it. And yeah, our Warthog is going to be super damaged. Oh, this General War one is very challenging, by the way. It's one of the reasons I picked it. You only get the +4. Like if we just flipped it over, this one, look at that. You're getting +9 on day 2, +12 on day 3. I mean, you actually get some really good points. You can really do a lot with +12 SO points. But anyways, the General War, like I said, it's challenging, and you're definitely seeing why. Those 4 points are not enough. Okay. The thing that just irks me so much is I can't do a no-fly stress recovery. The no-fly stress recovery is what I want, so I can rest my pilots. If I don't go after the headquarters this turn, then all those assault units are going to possibly advance on me. And I'm going to have to take the chance of, I'm not going to go after this headquarters. Not yet. I need the SO points, folks. So I'm going to send my 2 little helicopters out on a transport mission so I can get 2 SO points. And then when they go on the transport mission, they actually recover their stress based on their cool value. So that's fine. And so then I got, Apaches, F-16, and then the Thunderbolt, which is going to be with the newbie guy, to focus on this forward base here. And the forward base is just a bunch of APCs and buildings and things of that nature. So I think what I'm going to do is those will go. Let me think about this. Yeah, we'll do the. So if these 2 helicopters are going on, they're going to do transport mission. They'll earn 2 SO points. When do I earn them? Do I earn them right away, or is it at the end of the turn? Instead of assigning aircraft, you may have it fly to deliver supplies. Ignore special condition. Do not draw a mission event. Gain 1 SO point. Assign a pilot to the mission as normal. Pilot suffers 0 stress. Yeah, you get it right away. So we can do that and we get 2 SO points right now. So we're up to 5. So that's what's awesome about that. And then as far as the pilots go, Iroquois here has 4 stress, and his cool value is a 1, so I'll just reduce it to 3. This is the UH-1. And then the Sigmund on the Blackhawk, he only had 1 stress, and he has a cool value of 2. So Sigmund's like sitting with 0 stress after all these missions. I probably could have sent Sigmund on a mission, but then we would only gotten 1 SO point instead of 2. So yeah, I am going to do that, and I do have to rest my Thunderbolt guy, so he recovers 2 stress, assuming I can at least damage this. And I want to keep going, so I want to go after this 4A here. And so I just need to find it and get rid of 4A, so we don't lose an SO point because of that. And so this is the 4A guy, and he's got some tanks and helicopters. So that one's extra bad. I probably want my Fighting Falcon against this one, so I can arm some Sidewinders. And so yes, the Falcon is going to go after this guy. And I think I can split my Apaches like this. And then the Thunderbolt can go against the forward base with all of his bullet holes and everything else. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just get rid of the guy who's going to cost us an SO point. We're going to remove the forward base so we can finally recover some stress. And then we're going to pray that those assault guys don't all advance forward. And I think a few will. I mean, we're not going to be able to mitigate that. But I'm sitting on 5 SO points right now. And the idea here is that next turn, we're going to go deep. And that's going to cost us extra SO points to remove the weight point penalty. And then we can do some damage. And yes, I am only going to go after 2 objectives this turn. So let's see what we can do. And I actually honestly believe I can destroy both with these. This guy's going to have a really weak pilot, but we're going to try. All right, I want to go after the forward base first. So I'm going to set this aside. And that means we're going to do these 2 aircraft. So I'll put this here. And then this I will set aside for now. We'll do that later. As far as our pilots go, we have, this is our newbie guy. I don't want to be taking any MK20s with him because you can see I get a -1 to my die roll if I'm doing a strike or a cannon fire. So the cannon fire is a 4, by the way, which, although I have a cannon damage, so it's a -2. So basically, I want to do standoff attacks with this guy is what I'm trying to get at. And so the AGM 114s are a really good option for him. And then as far as the Apache guy goes, which one do we take? We got a fast one and a slow one. The fast one doesn't get any bonuses to his die rolls. So we'll take the slow. Sure, the slow guy will go. Yeah, we'll do that. And so this guy, just trying to pick it up. He's the one that he's slow. He gets a +1/+1, has 1 cool, and 3 stress at the moment, and he has evasion. Okay. So oh, before I even do that, we're supposed to pick our special condition card. And here we go. It's another air assault. So my plans just got ruined. So it's another air assault mission. So it's a front line. The VIP token goes in the same group as a random hex adjacent to the data same hex group. And I get nothing for succeeding. It's just a 3 victory point distraction. So those 2 SO points for going on a transport mission, I'm going to lose 3 victory points if I choose not to do this. And that's going to put me down to 0 for the game. I'm almost of the opinion that I should go down to 0. I honestly, I don't find this to be a convenient time to be doing this, and I'm trying to get out of my SO hole. That sounded funny. Um, and I don't. Yeah, I give the game credit. The expansion has made this more challenging. Losing 3 victory points is a big deal. Because how else are you going to get victory points, right? You're just destroying as many battalions as you can, and I'm averaging 2 a day, right? So if I do only 2 a day, I have 5 more days. I can do 10 battalions. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battalions are going to stay on the board untouched. So only doing 2 a day is not enough. I need to do more than 2 a day. I'm almost of the opinion that I would want to redo how I'm approaching this campaign. Uh, so if I went on this mission, I would send both helicopters again, and I'd be back down to 3 SO points. I'd have to spend 1 SO point on each mission, which would put me back to 0 SO points. And then I would gain 4 at the end of the day, and then I'd have to pray that no more than 4 moves forward. And then I'm going to have to use those same SO points to repair and do all kinds of other stuff. That's the challenge I have. And yeah, I'll get 3 victory points for this, but I'm basically spending an SO point to do it. Okay, looks like I'm going to reduce my SO points by 2 because I can't go on. I'm not going to be able to do a transport mission. I'm going to instead have to do this air assault. So I'm going to go. That means that I don't recover the stress, so I'm going to add the stress back to both of my pilots. And which one am I doing first? I'm going to stick with this forward base. Let's do this one first. And I have an abort a mission option. No, we're going to armor aircraft. So let's start with the AH-64. This is the Apache. If I'm spending 1 SO point, then I can get special counters. But that's the thing. I'm not sure I want to. I think I may want to just go with bottle rockets for this guy. Let's look at what are our targets. We do have some buildings in this one. Because if I go bottle rockets, then what's the other guy going to do? Yeah, this isn't good. He can do the GBU 12 or 16. Yeah, the 16's awesome. Oh, so, okay. The Warthog can do the GPUs. I don't know why I thought I couldn't, and I put them all on the F-16 last time. Or did I do that backwards? Oh my gosh, that would have been a huge mistake if that's what I did. Nope, they both can do it. So, all right, yeah, I spent the SO point, and I get 10 points worth of stuff. So I'm going to take these GPUs. They're 2 weight points each, 2, 4, 6. I'm going to take 8 points worth. This particular, we get the full 14. So I got 8 points worth of the GBUs, and so 4 of them. And I still have 6 weight points left. And I'm going to take 2 AGM 114s and give that to our Apache. And that's 7, 8. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 6 of my 10 points. So I still get to do 4 more. I could take MK20s. It's just I get a penalty with it. I think the 4 more, I could take some more GPUs. Or I could take AGM 65s even. They hit with a 1. And so they're really good against buildings. Yeah, and they cost 2 weight points, so I'll do that. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so that's 14 points. So I'm at my weight limit, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can take another AGM 114 with the Apache. So that's 3, and then I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the bottle rockets. So I got myself a nice little. So I'm going to do that. And let's see how bad this turns out for us. Okay, we're going to do the target bound mission event. For the duration of this mission, add any one extra unit to a random hex when placing enemy units. So one extra unit to a random hex when placing enemy units. So, okay, so we have 2 AAA sites. They're going to look like that. We have 2 APCs. You should have seen those. They look like that. And 2 buildings. These are the nasty ones, just because they subtract 4 from your die roll. 2 scuds. Scuds are like piece of cake. They don't even shoot back. And 2 storage. I don't think storage shoots back either. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, it does. They're like the oil fields. Okay. All right, we did that. We do our terrain. Oh, I get to take one random and add it. Or it's not a random. I get to pick a unit and add an extra unit. Well, I'm going to pick a Scud. I mean, why would I not? They don't shoot back. The Scud is worth 3 points, though. So it means you have to destroy the thing. But yeah, the extra unit I'm going to add is a Scud. It does make it harder to destroy, but it doesn't shoot back, and that's the important part. The other thing I could have done is maybe an infantry, but infantry is actually annoying in this game because they can hide. All right. I am always amazed at how the same 10 tiles just being shuffled creates what appears to be unique map situations. And it is still the most brilliant part about Thunderbolt Apache Leader is this part where the ridges, form, and it's got like this natural, creates these puzzles that you need to solve. So every mission is a puzzle, but some of them you could fail miserably. But it is very interesting, and I do appreciate it. Okay, let's start rolling. I have 3 scuds. 3, 4, and 10. And then I have 2 storage, which is 8 and 10. I have 2 anti-air, which is 7 and 8. I have 2 APC, which is 6 and 8. And then I have 2 buildings, which are 2 and 5. So that's how the situation, the big threats are here and here with the anti-air. Everything else is 0 range, so they don't attack you unless you're actually in their spot. My Thunderbolt guy is slow and my Apache guy is slow. This has a range of 2, so it's going to be really hard to get at him. So what I can do is I'm going to start with my Apache here at low altitude facing this way. So he can attack these two units from one space away. This ridge protects him so there's no visibility, and this ridge causes this guy not to see him either. And then you could theoretically move to here, and then when you're facing this direction, we can swing around and kill this anti-air site. So that's the next question, is what do I want to do with my Thunderbolt? And I think the Thunderbolt can do the same thing. We could start it here, and then I can take out this anti-air site with the Thunderbolt. Give me a second. That anti-air site's a building, and I just want to look at the Apache has a building killer, but so does the Thunderbolt. But the Thunderbolt building killers are meant to kill the actual buildings. So I need to save one for here and here, but I have 3 of them with the Thunderbolt. Interesting. Just thinking. This has a range of 2. So if I put my Thunderbolt in this spot here, the anti-air does get to shoot because it does go around the elbow here. So I would get hit if I was up here. And that's the problem with this particular guy right there. By doing what I'm doing here, yes, I can come in and wreak havoc on all this stuff, but there's a ridge. And so eventually I'm going to have to climb over the ridge with somebody. The other thing I could do is I can actually go this way with the Thunderbolt. And because on your turn you get to change to high altitude. So I can switch to high altitude on my turn and then strike here. And I will have to take a pop-up, but that would then I would just do like a little loop around like this, and until I can, finish the mission. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my Apache facing this way, and my Gumby facing that way. All right, so we draw pop-up counters. There aren't any. There's no infantry, so I'm not going to do cover checks. So now the fast attack goes. There aren't any. Then the enemy goes, and the enemy does not have anybody that can hit me. So there's nothing there. So now we get to go with our slow attack. Oh, we have 5 turns, so let's set that at 5. So I'm going to start with the Apache. And obviously we're committed to moving in here. So I need to take both of these out. My Apache guy gets a +1 whether we're in their space or not. The AGM 114s, however, which are good against buildings and whatnot, they don't work at 0 range. So I have to be mindful of that. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shoot an AGM 114, just one, after their storage building here. And then the Scud, boy, I have to be really careful because I need to preserve my ammo. So if I do this, I definitely need to take that out. And then I have one more. And then I have 2 others. I'm going to just use 1 this time. And I'll come back and hit it later if I missed it. All right, so let's start with the all-important, the storage one. I need a 4 for the AGM 14, and I rolled a 1. Oh my gosh. Already? So I missed, and now I'm going to roll for the Scud, and that one hits, like resoundingly, and I even get to keep the token. So we destroyed the Scud, but the storage building stays alive. And I have to move because I committed. And so now I'm going to I have to take a damage next turn because he's going to get to attack. And my, well, the good news is my Apache has an evasion of 1. So this guy, he won't hurt me. So this isn't as bad. It's just the part that's bad is I lost the AGM 114 and I only have so many. Okay. Now Gumby has to go high altitude because we got to go over this ridge. Now we could try to, I guess, you know what? Gumby's my newbie guy. The problem is he gets shaken after getting 3 stress. And he has 2 right now, which I need to take because he got into, there's 2 bullet holes. So I got to put 2 stress on him at the start of the mission. And let me just show you. See, he gets shaken the moment he gets 1 more stress. So that's the problem with this guy, because when you're a newbie, so if I try to stay at low altitude to go over the ridge, he's going to take at least 1 more stress. If he takes 2 more, then he's unfit and he's out of the mission. He can't do anything. So this is a huge risk with the bullet holes. He's already maxed out on his stress. So I went high, and of course I'm going to go into this space, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing. But before I do, I'm going to attack right now, and my attack hex is this one. And then with my GBU 16, let me think about this. No, my attack hex is going to be this one, and I'm going to shoot a GBU, or I'm going to shoot an AGM 65 at the building. And then the GBU 16s, I'm going to independently go at a different hex, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to shoot 3 of those. So 3 of those are going to go against the targets in the space I'm moving into. And since there's no roll modifier and they hit with a 0, and I don't get a negative because I'm shooting from a standoff distance, all 3 of these get destroyed automatically. I don't even have to roll. It's just I have to spend my GPUs to get it. These GPUs are awesome. Okay, now the AGM 65 hits with a 1, and the building gives a -4 to my die roll, and that one is an excellent roll. I rolled a 9, so 9 minus 4 is 5. That's way higher than a 1, and so this building is destroyed. And yes, now I get to move 2 spaces. So I'm going to be moving 1 like this, and 2 to there. Now, I'm at high altitude, so a pop-up's going to show up next turn. And yes, I'm over a scud, and so I'm going to probably have to take that out next turn before I move. But that is now a big dilemma is, well, should I use a cannon? Well, my cannon normally hits with a 4, but now it's a -2. And also, I'm in the space of the scud. Actually, you know what I want to do? I don't want to go there. I want to go here. Because now I can use a GBU to take out stuff that's outside of my range. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, my mistake, though, of going here is that this guy can shoot 1, 2 spaces away. But I'm slow, and that's fine because now, see, this guy... Ooh, no. We're ending our turn here, aren't we? So that means he'll be able to shoot me next turn. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to go, yeah, like this. All right, that works. Okay, so we move the turn marker down to 4. We have to draw a pop-up counter. And the pop-up is no enemy, which is good. I think we need all the help we can get with this one. They get to attack. This guy does get to attack me, but I have an evasion of 1, so he only has a yellow attack of 1. So Shadow, we get to do our turn. Shadow's going to come in, and we're going to turn this way, and I need to take out this anti-air site. And so that is a building, and I am going to use an AGM to take that one. And oh my gosh, I rolled a 2. Oh no. So I got a 3. I needed a 4. So that's a bad roll. So all the luck I had on previous missions, I'm not getting on this one. And yeah, that Apache's gonna take some damage, and it's gonna cost me more SO points. I'm getting angry. Angy. Okay. So then my Thunderbolt, which is here, I'm still at high altitude. I'm coming in like this for the first one, and then I got to decide which direction am I going. I'll go this way. I don't think it matters. And then I'm going to shoot off some rockets. So an AGM-65 is going against this building, which has the -4 to the die roll. And then I have a GBU 16, which is an automatic hit. And I'm going to do it against... I'm going to have to make him point this way. This scud that's over here is an issue. But how many points? Yeah, if I leave this scud alive, I actually, I'm fine. So, yeah, and I'm going to use a GBU 16 to take out this APC over here. So the GBU 16 is going to auto hit this APC. That's going to give Shadow some relief whenever they attack him. And let's make sure we hit this building. Sorry about that. All right. I don't know if you can see it. Now you can. It's a 7. More than enough to destroy the building, so we got a big one there. I do have to destroy all 3 of these in order to destroy this. At bare minimum, we did the half damage, so that part's good. But now we're down to 3 turns left. I have to draw another pop-up counter because I'm flirting around at high altitude here. And for this pop-up counter, I got another no enemy. So I'm getting lucky. And, you know, I'm looking in the cup and I can see easily 6 of them. 7, 8. I mean, there's a lot of no enemies in here, even though we took out 4 of them. DVG's not super punishing with these, but man, when you draw a bad one, they're really bad. Okay. This anti-air site does get to attack me. We have an evasion of 1, so we block 1. So we're going to have to take 2 light damage with Shadow here, the Apache. And so the 2 light damage is one of them is going to cost us an SO point. So it's a structure damage and a stress, which would have been mitigated if it was against the Warthog, but not to be. So yeah, the guy gains a stress. He's up to 4 now. And the structure damage isn't the end of the world, but it will cause us to crash if we get 2 more hits. Okay, so the Apache survived, and now we get to go again. And again, this is about, I need to take out that anti-air site. So the Apache is moving in here, and I'm going to turn, you know, this way, I guess. So I'm going to shoot an AGM-114 at the anti-air. And this time it's a 4, which is enough. So we finally got the anti-air site to go down. So our threats are now behind us. We don't have to get hit anymore. this storage unit here is the only one that really can hurt us. I have a whole bunch of these bottle rockets left. Um, so now we're going to move with Gumby. And so I'm going to move 1, 2, and we're going to try to take out this storage. And I'm going to do that with a AGM 65, which is like total overkill, but that's what I'm going to do. And I just need to roll 1 or higher to hit, so I don't even need to roll. That guy is destroyed. So we have 1 unit left. It's this one. And that's it. So we move down to 2 turns. We do have to draw another pop-up. So this guy could get troublesome. And I drew another no enemy. So we're getting lucky there. And let's start with this guy. Basically, we're going to exit the game, but I get to shoot first to see how the outcome is. But I'm going to use 3 of my bottle rockets. So let's just roll 1 of them. And I already rolled an 8, so that was more than enough, and I get to keep the bottle rocket. Let me roll the other 2. I rolled a 10, so I get to keep that one, and I lose 1. So let me get these out of here. Okay, and that. All right, so we destroyed this, and technically speaking, if I destroy this scud, which is on the other end of the map, we could get extra experience points. There's something to be said about that. It's just that, uh, yeah, I don't want to. So I'm gonna go to low altitude, and then exit the map. So then at the end of the turn, we're done. So we do win. We destroy it. So the forward base is now gone. So I can put that over here. And we have to do a homebound mission event. Pay 1 SO point or destroy 1 scout or unmanned aircraft. Enemy fighters. So I think, because we don't have a scout or unmanned aircraft, we have to lose the SO point, and that just blows. So now we're down to 1, and that means that we're going to be doing a mission and not have any SO points for the mission. Yeah, not fun. And I may have to, because the assault requires SO points, I may have to just skip that. And so then, yeah, I would have gladly gone on a transport mission to get 2 SO points if that's the case. We're going to end up losing 3 victory points. All right, so we return back. Okay, record pilot stress. So this was a stress 2 area. It has a cool value of 1. So Shadow is up to 5 stress. He's almost in trouble. The newbie guy, Gumby, is definitely, he's actually unfit at the moment. So that's what these little tokens are for. Because, and I can show you here. He gained 2 stress from the mission, and that made him unfit. So, because 3 is all he needs. However, we do give him the experience points. Like if he gained more than 4, he would level up, and then the new level would determine whether he's still unfit or not. He's not getting 4 experience points for this. He's getting 2. So that's not going to help him. But he did his job. We got rid of this thing that prevents us from no-fly stress. And then the other Thunderbolt guy, the one that is our veteran, he's going to be able to remove extra stress this turn because he didn't fly this mission. So he'll be able to recover, and then that'll help him to do future missions. And then the newbie guy can do his resting and, do his missions later as well. So, and of course we didn't put extra bullet holes in the aircraft, so that is always a bonus too. So one of the problems is now that I know I lost SO points, I'm not allowed to change my mind and say, "Hey, I want to send my helicopters on transport missions to get those extra SO points." I committed them to do the air assault, and now that's what they're going to do. The only thing I can do is just abort the mission when it starts if I decide that I don't want to do anything about the air assault. Um, I may do that. I don't know. I still need to think this through. But yeah, not super happy at the moment. Um, just grabbing my guys and moving them back. So we have Shadow here, who is pretty stressed out, and then Gumby, who is so stressed out he's unfit. We sent our newbie into too much action, and here we go. So for day 3, we just took out 6C, and we said that Shadow got 2 experience, so he's up to 6. He needs 7 to level up. And then Gumby, he got 2. And it's going to look like that. And for SO points, I don't even remember what we started the day with, but it doesn't matter. We're keeping track of it on the board. But we did destroy the battalion, and it's worth 3 victory points. So we will do it that way. So okay, moving on. So if you're watching this much into it, you are seeing how it's a constant what's the words I'm looking for? The this part here where we're setting it up and then tearing it down, and I'm putting away all these pieces and stuff like that. It's probably what annoys me the most about this game. It's cumbersome, and I know that you still have a similar element like this in Hornet Leader, but it's not as bad. And I think that's the reason why the Ground Leader games just sort of they're a lower level for me. And it's mostly just I just get exhausted. Um, and I'm doing this 3 times today, is just for this one day. Um, let's there and there. Okay. All right. So then we have to shuffle these up. And move on to our next mission. Okay, I know that we have an assault mission. That assault mission is going to require us to spend an SO point, or otherwise we can't hire anything to assault with. So no matter what, it's going to cost points. But we chose to go after this mixed force. So now the question is can I go after that with no SO points? And the answer is no, not really, because there's 2 helicopters on this one and 2 tanks, and I'm not going to take those out with bottle rockets and AIM 92s. Just not going to happen. So I'm either aborting this mission, which is going to cost me more SO points, or I'm going to just abort the assault mission, which is going to cost me 3 victory points. And there's nothing I can do. The special condition card sucks. I can look at it one more time, but we're going to have to take 1 data and 1 command and 1 anti-air. Then 1 VIP, 1 command, and 1 infantry. So we have to capture the VIP and retrieve the data. Yeah, it's a ridiculous mission for 3 victory points. I'm not liking the expansion. So we have to retrieve the data. So I would need a deployed specialist to do that. And then we have to capture the VIP, and I need to have a deployed rifleman. So that's the bare minimum. So I would have to have the specialist for one of them and the rifleman for the other. So there's 3 points out of the 10 if I spent an SO point to do this mission. And then, of course, I'm going up against an anti-aircraft, which is, and a command, which is a vehicle. The anti-aircraft is a building. So, I'd have to hire accordingly. Like, I could use a rifleman if I wanted. They have a semi-decent attack. The engineers are really good against buildings, so I can take out the command very easy with an engineer, but the engineer costs 3 points. So if that's 3 points for those two guys, and I spend 3 for an engineer, that's 6. I can only hire one engineer. And there's a command and an infantry. There can be 3 more infantry just scattered throughout the map, which could possibly be in the same exact place as the targets. So this is just bad, bad, bad. I'm going to lose the 3 victory points. I'm forfeiting this mission, and I don't don't even care for this. So I spent SO points to get the crappiest helicopters in the world, just so I could have the transport value of those helicopters, and um, it's costing me more SO points just to do these missions. Like if the different assault infantry were free, and like let's say you get like 10 points to spend, and then if you wanted to go over 10, then it's going to cost you extra SO points. I think that would be awesome. But the fact that I got to spend SO points just to get one, or the bare minimum necessary to even rescue the target, screw the data. You can figure it out yourself. Yeah, so we're just going to lose 3 victory points. So be it. And we just gain 3 so they basically cancel each other out. All right, we're going to go up against this mixed force then, and 4 APCs. 2 commands, if I can find them. 2 helicopters. Those guys are not fun. 4 SPAs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 tanks. Tanks for nothing. Okay. And the planes that are going up against them are the F-16 and the Apache. We're going to arm our aircraft. I'm going to spend my last SO point. And I have to get some AIM-9s on here. Now, my Apaches can use AIM-9s, so I don't have to put them on the F-16. There might be some value in that. And both of these guys are fast, meaning they get to go first. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 AIM-9 on each of them, because I think I want to shoot out their helicopters the first turn with both of them. Now, obviously, if I miss, I'm in trouble because then I have to use my cannon to take out their helicopter, or we're gonna have to. But see, the F-16 gets +2 to attack helicopters, so that's a really good option. I guess the AIM-92 would have worked because then I would only needed a 5 to hit with the F-16. Yeah, there's some value to be garnished there. But I want the Gucci. We got to take out some tanks now. Now the tanks are -2, but the AGM-65s can take out a vehicle, and that -2 means you've got to roll a 3 or better. Or the GBU-16, of course, hits with a 0, and the -2 means you need well, let's see, a 4 or better or a 2 or better. Anyways, the point is we can do some pretty good stuff here. The AGM-65s can be used by the F-16. They take 2 weight points each. This particular target is... Which one is this? Oh, this guy's up really close. So we have our full weight points. So there's 4 weight points there, plus 1 is 5. I have 5 more left for him. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of my 10 points for the SO. So what else do I want to spend SO points on? The GPU-16s, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I have room for one more thing. Do I really want to take a second AIM-9? I would if I'm worried about missing. Oh, I could take a Mark 20. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be 10. But then that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can only take one AGM-114 with the other one, which I think I'm okay with. And then we'll do bottle rockets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're just going to load up with bottle rockets for the Apache. All right. Fight. Okay, place the terrain hexes. There's number 1. China number 1. We got a nasty one there. This is upside down. So these are 2 wide open ones. So there's a lot of wide open spaces. The thing is there's not a lot of there's no anti-air on this one. So let's get the 2 helicopters placed. 6 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're far apart from each other. This one has very little visibility, which is good. So we can maybe worry about him later. The tanks, 3 and 9. 3 and 9. And then the command, 4 and 9. So there's 4 and 9. The command has a value of 4. And you can see there we can defeat it even if there's 5 points worth of stuff left. So we could theoretically leave that command alive. And again, we have to go high altitude to be able to get him because he's sort of protected in the mountains there. Okay, and then the APCs, we have a 9 and a 10. And then an 8 and an 8. 10, 9, 8, and 8. And then this SPA, a 3 and a 9. A lot of stuff going on in the 9 spot. 10 and 3. And that's the way it looks. Okay, both of our guys are fast. So the Fighting Falcon and F-16 and the Apache are both going to get to go first. So we could plop ourselves right in the middle of the enemy and, nuke them if we wanted. And I actually see some value in doing that personally. I'm just studying the map real quick here. Yeah, I'm going to put my helicopter here and the F-16 here. So the F-16 is going to shoot his AIM-9 against that helicopter. And then because he has the independent ability with his GBU-16s, we're going to use 3 of them to go after these targets here. I actually have a 4th one, which I could use to maybe go after one more target, but since these are together, there's no point in using it yet. Now, the Apache also has an AIM-9, which will go against that helicopter, and then we have 2 APCs in our space, so I'm going to use 2 bottle rockets, and do I want to use 4 bottle rockets? I might get some of them back. I don't want to take hits. That's my issue. Yeah, I'm going to use 2 bottle rockets against each target. So this one's going to get 2 and that one's going to get 2. So let's start with this helicopter here. I rolled a 5. I only needed a 3. The AIM-9 sidewinders are awesome, and the helicopter is destroyed. All right. Then all 3 of these, the only one I need to roll for is the tank, and I rolled a 9, so the tank gets destroyed. Everything else is automatically destroyed. The GBU-16s are awesome. Okay, and then I have to move 2 or 3 spaces. So this is where it gets really interesting. Because I have to be facing a direction that's not going to make me crash or whatever. So if I go in here for 1 and then here for 2, then I got to be pointing somewhere after this for 3. I'm going to have to go high altitude in order to, that or I'm exiting the map, one or the other. So there was my 1, 2, 3. I definitely don't want to stop at 2. This would have been a death trap. And so then with the helicopter, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll for the enemy helicopter. Oh no. Oh my gosh. It's a 1, and I only get a +1 against him. So the enemy helicopter, it stays alive. That is the only roll that would have kept him alive, was to roll 1. So now I'm going to roll for the 2 LAUs, and I keep both of them. So that part's at least good. And yes, I destroy the APC. And I got to figure out how to destroy this helicopter now. And those are 2 rolls. I do lose one of them, just barely, but I do lose it. One of the bottle rockets, and I got to keep 3 of the 4 bottle rockets, but I destroyed the 2 APCs. And yeah, now the enemy gets to go, and yes, that helicopter is going to shoot the Apache with 2 heavy hits, and there's nothing I can do about it. Just not happy. The first one is 2 stress. I would put it here, but then actually you could read that. The red text comes through fine, and the second one is a structure damage. So now remember, the structure damage was on the last Apache. This is the new one. And then, yeah, we're taking 2 stress, which is going to cause this particular pilot to become shaken. In fact, he's shaken right now, so that means he gets a -2 to all of his die rolls from here on out. So that's not good. Awful outcome. Very awful. Next, we go to, I forgot to set it to turn 5. Now we go down to turn 4. I keep forgetting to do the cover roll, but there was no cover to be done. Oh, this guy needed to move, so he would move to be oriented that way. And now it's our turn again. So I have no choice but to go high altitude with the F-16 because he's going to move here, and then there's ridge and ridge. Unless I want to just take a bunch of stress, I guess I could do that, but I don't. So I'm going to flip him to high altitude, and my cannon value is a 7. He only gets a +1 to his die rolls, so I mean, I would need a 6 to hit that helicopter. And so I'm starting to think that I'm going to have to leave that helicopter alive. So what I'm going to do, though, is obviously my first move is to go here, and then my second move is to go here. So I could end my turn that way, and I think I will. So I'm going to attack the helicopter with my... Oh, I have to attack in his zone if I'm going to use my cannon. So I'm going to attack the helicopter with my cannon, and I'm going to end there. So I have to use my GPU 16, which is independent, because that's the only way I can attack 2 hexes in the same turn. So I'm going to destroy the command center, which is worth 4 points since I flew over it. So that's the advantage of going high altitude. And then the helicopter I hit, like I said, I need a 6 or higher because of my pilot skill, plus the cannon that I have. Oh, no, 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 no. Check this out, check this out. +2 to attack helicopters. So, I only need a 4 to hit. And there's a 6, which was enough to hit even before I realized that, but we did just destroy the helicopter. So, very happy with that. And now we deal with this mess here, which is a mess, and I am concerned. I'm flying in it with my helicopter without really thinking much about it, because I have an MK-20 that could have probably have dealt with them well, but I said that I was moving into that region, and so I'm shooting everything I have, all my bottle rockets. There's 5 of them, and then I'm going to shoot the AGM-114 against the tank. So how am I dividing up my bottle rockets? Well, 1 bottle rocket will go against the SPA because it doesn't shoot back, and then 2 bottle rockets against these other 2 that do shoot back. And remember, I get a -2 to all my rolls because I'm shaken, so this is bad. Let's start with the tank. I rolled a 5. The pilot... Oh, yeah, I would have shot before I moved in. So I'm doing a standoff attack. So forgive me there, but by the time I finish my turn, it's going to be here. So the pilot gets +1 and then -2, so it becomes a 4. The AGM-114 would hit, except the tank adds another -2. So the tank survives. And that's what I was afraid of. And then the self-propelled artillery, we rolled an 8. That's enough to hit that. So that's good. And then I'm rolling 2 against the other ones. There's a 10 here. So this was a 10. And I actually get to... No, I'm not going to get to keep it because after... No, I do. I do keep 1. The other one's gone. And I do destroy the command center. And then I'm going to roll 2. And I rolled another 10. The 7 might have done it too. Let's see, 7, 6, 5, and then I add 1 to 6. So yeah, I do get to keep 1 counter, and I actually hit the APC twice. So that was a better outcome than I thought it was going to be, but I am going to get shot at again. And so that tank is going to get to shoot at me. Right now, in fact. So we're going to have to draw a yellow for that. And this was awesome. It says no strike. Oh no, that's not awesome. That just... But the good news is it's not a permanent thing. We just can't strike next turn, and we're doing standoff attacks anyways, so no worries there. All right, moving to the Mohawk. I'm sorry. Now we're down to 3 turns left. I'm still at high altitude, so we got to draw a pop-up. And I drew a no enemy. How does it look when I put that over there? Yeah, those aren't very good. I don't know. So I'm just letting you look in the cup. See all those no enemies? I mean, some of the pop-up counters are flipped over, so you don't know what exactly they show. But just by looking in here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 7 no enemy counters. So I'm just letting you know that you got a good chance. I bet it's about 50-50 that you're going to get nothing with your pop-ups. So that part is at least comforting. All right, I can't do any strikes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move here and attack these 2. And I will be attacking with 1... You know what? I have enough to destroy it already. There's only 5 points left on the board. So I'm going to do 2 of them against this guy, and I'm going to leave this one alone. And the reason is because I got a -2 to my attack roll. So, and then I'm still at high altitude here. So I'm going to come in. I need to take out this tank. And so I'm going to do an AGM 65 against that. I don't have the independent ability, so I can't go after this. So I'm going to go 2 and then 3. So I'm basically looping around to finish off this self-propelled artillery on my next turn. All right, so let's start with the Apache. We're going to do 2 rolls against this. And I'm just going to move this over with the die on it. So there I go. I got a 10. The other one was a 3. But the thing is I actually kept the bottle rocket again. And yes, I destroyed the APC. So so next turn I'll be able to move in and exit the game, and this guy won't be a threat to me. Get you out of the way. All right, so now the AGM 65. I rolled a 6. That's all I needed. The tank subtracts 2, but this thing hits even if you get a 1. So I would have had to roll like a 1 or a 2 in order to miss. So the tank is destroyed. All that's left is this self-propelled artillery. So we now move down to 2 turns. We do draw a pop-up counter. And I do get one this time. It is an APC. So the APC, of course, does some nasty damage, but we got to see where he's going to go. And I rolled an 8. So 10, 9, 8, he's right there. He's out of range, so we don't have to worry about that. Our guy, Apache, It's going to go here, and we're going to just attack him with our cannon. I'm saving my my weapon counter in case I need to discard it later to help me with whatever. And then my Mohawk, the F-16 is coming in, and then I'm dropping an AGM-65, which is an automatic kill. I don't even have to roll. So actually, yeah, I don't even need to do the cannon. So it's an automatic kill. And then they both have one piece of weapon left. It's a complete destruction, which is good. That's what you hope to get when you spend an SO point like we did. And so let's see what our return home does. Clear skies, no effect. So I guess that's something. These counters aren't needed anymore. And these guys are heading back home. Flash and Mohawk. Flash is shaken, like we said, so he's going to have to sit out of the next mission. And then we have to apply stress. So this location is 4A. Yeah. So 2 stress to everybody. So Flash is getting 2 more stress. He's at 8. So he's at the high end of shaken, so he's going to be a while. And then our Fighting Falcon guy, Mohawk, is at 3, and he gets 2 more. So he's going to be at 5. So that's him. Now, so we did the stress. We got to do the experience points and the other stuff. So 4A is destroyed, so we get it out of there. We're going to score 3 victory points to make up for the 3 we just lost. And 4A. And then we said that Mohawk completely destroyed it, so he's going to get 3. And then the other one was Flash. He gets 3. Now Mohawk has 9. So I'm going to just scratch. So all 9 of his points are gone. And Mohawk actually is going to promote. He's a veteran right now. So let's get these tokens off of him. And that's his numbers now, and he's going to promote to an ace. So he now has a +2/+2. So he just got a lot more awesome. And he has a cool value of 1, which means it applies now. So one of the stress is going to go away. His cool value was 0. So that helps quite a lot, in fact. Now I got to check Flash. He has 8. He needs 9. So Flash is 1 away from leveling up. And I don't think anybody else has. I should have been paying more attention. And yeah, Sigmund and Midnight don't get anything because they didn't do the assault mission. I guess technically they went on the mission and they got 1 experience point. I mean, we did abort. Do you get experience points if you abort? Oh, I've never done the abort before. So let's see. They cannot be reassigned to a different mission. You do not gain the no-fly stress recovery bonus. You do not gain stress from an aborted mission. It says nothing about experience, though. So on the experience section, give each pilot who flew the mission 1 experience point. So then it becomes a matter of what does abort mission mean? It says abort a mission and not fly it. So then you wouldn't get experience either. So yeah, they don't get anything. All right, and then we got 3. And then this one's a -3. So for the day, we ended up with an overall of just 3 points, and now we're at 21. So very poor day. We gained a lot of stress too. The Buck, the veteran, did not go on a mission today, so he loses 2 stress for that, and then he would also lose his cool, which is a 0, but that helps him to be ready for the next mission. And now we're at the end of the day. So that was the no-fly stress recovery, which we just did, and we gain our special points. We gain 4, and then now we got to roll for the battalions and see how bad this is going to be. So excuse me, I'm going to do the 2 helicopters, APCs, self-propelled artillery, the tanks, command, and self-propelled artillery. I just like to get this stuff out of the way so I can roll on the board a little easier. Okay. Let's roll. So we're going to just do abacus mode again. We're rolling for 10A. I rolled a 10, so he's moving up. I rolled a 4, -2. He holds. A 9 moves up. A 4 holds. A 7, 6, 5 moves up. And a 7, 6, 5, no, that becomes an 8. He moves up. And we're going to lose all 4 of our special option points. We're at 0 for the next day. We're losing this campaign. Next is a 1, -2. He actually goes backwards. A 9 moves up. A 6, 5, 4. That becomes a 7. He moves up. And then the 12A is moving backwards. And this one, the command, is 8. He moves up. 7 plus 2. Is it plus 2? Yes. 9. He moves up. And then the 8, this one moves up. And then he, of course, stays where he's at. So we just lost, like I said, 4 SO points because of that. And we're losing the game. I have no SO points. And we moved to day 4. I'm highly stressed on my pilots. And guess what? This is now a close air support mission, which is just as bad. So what this one is that the squads are already going to be on the map when you get there. And you're flying in to help them with their engagements. And you're trying to keep them alive. So success, +1 victory point for each unengaged squad. So if there's like 6 squads, you can get 6 victory points. And then if you complete it, you get -2 from this day's move rolls for all battalions. So that's actually really good as well. So they would get -2 to every move roll, but I would have to send a transport in with troops. And the only thing I can do is because I have two transports, I could send one on transport duty to earn 1 SO, and then the other one would be able to spend that SO so we can hire troops. The other option is we have to go after this guy, which gives me 2 SO points. And then we can use those 2 SO points for our missions. But whenever I go after that guy, I have to go after it with no SO points to spend. and he is 2S, which is here. I mean, so he is threatening us a little bit. And then I have 4 people that are going to cause me to lose 4 SO points. And if they advance again, I'm going to lose 3 SO points per enemy. So this game is over. I mean, we can play it out. I mean, I'm not trying to say, let's just give up. But to be honest, I think this is worth giving up. The only other option I have is to take out that HQ, right? So if I take out that HQ, I cause them all to get -2 to their rolls. If I win this, I cause them all to get -2 to their rolls. So you can see what I mean? They could all start going backwards or at least hold. At the very worst, if they roll a 10, they're going to hold. Because getting the assaults, let's just put it in perspective. The assaults get -2 because of this. And all of these are assaults, by the way. So they get -2 because of that. If I win this one, they get -2 again. So now it's -4. So let's say they rolled a 10. They would roll a 6. They still advance if it's a 5 or higher. So a 9 or a 10 would still advance them. But if I take out that headquarters that gives a -2, then that's -6 to their die roll. And if any of them go to 0 or less, when you subtract 6, so if I roll a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, or even a 6, and I get down to a 0 or less than a 0, they go backwards. So I can make all the assaults go backwards if I can take out that headquarters. This is going to require masterful perfection because I have to take out this convoy to get 2 SO points. So I can spend those 2 SO points to help me to conquer the headquarters and to also do this close air support mission. The close air support mission is nice because I might get some more victory points out of the deal. You lose victory points for everyone that is still engaged or gets killed. So bear that in mind. But I'm now dividing myself among 3 missions. Now, obviously, these 2 helicopters would be the this mission here. Like, I'm not worried about that. But how do I win at this mission? Right? How do I win at this mission and at the same time take on this headquarters? Excuse me, which looks like that. That headquarters has so much stuff. And if I spend an SO point to attack that headquarters, it's just to remove the weight point penalty. And I don't get to have like my Gucci bombs and stuff like that. Now it is 5C, and 5C is the one that's fixed. So he's never going to move forward. It's this one right here. So we have to go all the way deep. And now the other option I have is I send one of my 2 helicopters here on transport duty so I can get an SO point. And then if I get that SO point, I can use that to help me to get Gucci bombs against the headquarters. So I gotta then, so everything has to be perfect. I have to destroy this convoy to get 2. I have to destroy the headquarters, which, what do I need? I need to leave behind 7 points with this headquarters. That's not easy. Now, the 2 experience points and all that stuff is going to be great. Can I, with 1 transport only has a value of 4, right? Well, actually, close air support. Let me look that up again. Close air support, I don't think you go in with transports. It's a normal mission. Squad counters do not perform attacks during the mission. Squads don't move out of their hex. Yeah, so actually what you're doing is you're going in and trying to save the squads. So I don't need transports to help me with that mission. Interesting. So I actually can send my transports to go get 2 SO points. Yeah, this close air support mission doesn't require transports. So, because we're not bringing troops in, we're going in with our helicopters and just shooting things up, so that way they can, we relieve the troops and possibly score victory points. Okay, so that changes things, and I'm going to end the video so I can think about this. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need a lot of planets to align this turn to survive this. So yeah, expert mode's hard. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.